your old friend Crunchy Frog here, and today we got something a little bit different. We have this new game mode called Magical Trio sitting over here. So I figured I'd show some matches and show some decks I was using in this today. Okay, evidently every deck has to have the Magical Trio, which are the three different wizards. You have your all the kinds of wizards. You have your Electro, your Ice, and your normal wizard. We get all your wizards here. And this is the deck that I started off using, because I figured it would be pretty good. You could use the Mega Knight to stomp down on things. Like if they were silly enough to put all their wizards in one lane. I thought maybe you could just stomp down on them. But the Mega Knight, you know, he's pretty good, but later on I'll start doing some different decks. But this is just as I got started off this morning, figuring this game mode out. And there's my favorite card, the Bowler, going to town on me. It's what I deserve. Going up against my old friend, the Bowler. I think this guy was just starting to figure things out too this morning. I don't know if this game mode has been around before. I've been gone from the game for 2 years, and I just came back like a month or two ago. So I don't know if this is something that people know about, or if this is brand new, or what's going on, but this guy's splitting his wizards in the back. Now I have a tendency to think that it might be good to bring the wizards all down, because they all have these splash damage effects whenever you bring them down on something. Or at least the electrical and the ice do. The regular wizard doesn't. There's the old Bowler. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. He's such a cool guy. I think the Bowler is my favorite Clash Royale card. Well, that wasn't very nice. Fireballing my little dart goblin. I love how the evolved Mega Knight throws things around. It's one of the cool things about evolutions, and I have them unlocked on one of my accounts. On my other Crunchy Frog account. This is my Crunchy Frog with a K account. This is my old school account I've had forever. And he has to go and fireball my little dart goblin. It's not the kindest thing. I'm going to bring down the old Mega Knight on these guys. And of course I have to pick my nose at him. And this one I'm going up against a guy named Omar. I used to have a really good friend when I was in high school. His name was Omar. And I wonder what that guy's up to. Maybe I'll find out one of these days. He played the bass guitar in my band. Of course, when I was in high school, I had a punk rock band. I was a singer and guitar player, and Omar was the bass player. See, unless you bring the Mega Knight down directly on top of the wizards, then he's going to have a hard time with them. Because the Ice Wizard slows him down, the Electrical Wizard stuns him, and the other wizard, the regular wizard, he just deals a lot of damage. So we have to deal with this boss bandit. And it's right about this point I was starting to regret my decisions. But then he made a mistake of redirecting his boss bandit onto my Inferno Tower. He could have gotten a lot more damage on my Princess Tower, but no, he had to go press the little button. So that mistake was on him. See, I love watching these replays because you get to see what cards he's thinking of using and what his elixir count is. I feel like this is a much more fun way of looking at attacks than looking at live attacks. Uh-oh, here comes Sparky with P.E.K.K.A. How will this ever be stopped? I mean, this is just too overpowered. Little Dark Goblin's gonna... Well, who killed him? Did the P.E.K.K.A. kill him? Anyway, I'm gonna just have to tank a hit here. Waiting for that 7 elixir of wizard to cook up. See how fast that goes down? But then his wizards pop down on my wizards. It's pretty brutal. Wizard on wizard action right there. But then I stomp down on him with a Mega Knight. And he's going to make these elite barbarians fly. It's so awesome. I love watching troops fly through the air. Especially when evolved Mega Knights go after each other. It's really hilarious.
Let's make this quick. You want to win a crown?
Man, what a melee.
Really?
There go my evolved wall breakers. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing bringing the skeleton barrel along. But I was just figuring this game mode out. And here I'm using a different setup because I thought it might be a good idea to use the elixir golem. You know, it'd be sort of fun to have a cheap tank. I realized it was just a little bit lame using the Mega Knight all the time because the Mega Knight was getting killed by the wizards a lot. And it almost seems like in this mode that you don't want to be the first guy to drop the wizards. You don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to try to snipe this Valkyrie off a little bit here so she doesn't get too much damage. And then head back over to this lane. You see that little Dark Goblin? He's putting in the work. You can never go wrong with the Dark Goblin. And I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this guy's quit now. Sometimes that happens. Maybe he has. Let's speed it up. Yeah, we'll watch this in fast motion because he's obviously given up. Okay, I think this one was more competitive because of the final score. But once again, I'm using the Elixir Golem.
Yay.
And I'm saving my Mega Knight for stomping action. And there I made the mistake of using my 3 wizards first. And he had to go and lightning them. Which is a pretty big elixir commitment on his end, but it's still a 6-for-7 trade, so it's not bad. But this guy believes in using a lot of electricity. But we got some pretty good damage on him. And his Electro Dragon is whittled down enough to where it's not going to do much damage to me down here. And of course the princess. So we'll stomp on her. And of course he has a Mega Knight too. But that's why we bring the Inferno Tower along. You know, they're hitting each other, but they secretly love each other. That's how real men say I love you. Ah, yeah. Break out the lightning. But he didn't get all of them. And now he's got a full-blown Elixir Golem on his tower. That was a pretty lame log. But he's still fighting. And we might as well go ahead and get ready for this evolved Electro Dragon. And here I try kiting it off. And then I hit it with my wizard. And he's going to lightning this up, but he didn't lightning the Dark Goblin. Yep. Mega Knight meets Mega Knight, and my Mega Knight happens to be evolved. Yeah, I purely use my Elixir Golem as a distraction. But I kind of don't like the fact that I'm giving him all that Elixir. He's getting my tower pretty low over here. There's Golden Knight on the way. So it's going to be a close one. Oh, that lightning took it down to 84. He was really trying there at the end. I got nervous. I flashed my nervous goblin in mode, of course. And here we have Kalimanis from the clan Kikiriku. Try saying that 3 times real fast. He decided he'd just go with the traditional golem. So I couldn't see doing that because this deck is already very expensive. If I only had waited with those arrows, I could have nailed that obnoxious little firecracker, but I didn't. Figured I'd take his tower and I'd use my Inferno tower. And that helped. But he's still going to get a ton of damage. But I'll mitigate some of it with my Dark Goblin down here. Dark Goblin, MVP. And we'll go ahead and send the old Elixir Golem to go tank for my Dark Goblin. This time I am going to get the Firecracker. I knew there was nothing I could do to save that tower, so I just let it go. Why bother? Let's just save up some elixir for a good push. Take down his other tower. His king tower is pretty low, too. Yep. I decided to foil his plans and just get rid of that golem right there with my Inferno tower. There goes the friendly knight. And now we have much smaller blobs that we have to deal with. But it's going to be close. Just look at that tower damage. I know the firecrackers are really annoying, but I really don't use the firecracker that much. I feel like everybody's expecting the firecracker. I see everybody using the firecracker. And so I just don't use it that much. I prefer to use the Dark Goblin. I know a lot of people use the Dark Goblin, but not as many people as use the firecracker, it seems. There we go. The 3 crown. And here's JoJo 10. If I recall correctly, this was a pretty competitive one, so this should be good. He's giving me the good luck. And I'm giving him the Goblin of Admiration, and he flashes it back. I guess because everybody has that emote. I know I picked mine up in a lucky drop. And he made the mistake of dropping all 3 wizards all at once. You probably shouldn't have done that. Usually it's a bad idea to be the first to drop your wizards. But my little Dark Goblin's putting in the work over here. And here comes the Inferno Tower. Whatever will I do? It's time to drop those wizards. So his Ram Rider, pretty useless. And we're going to bring the Elixir Golem in because I feel like he's kind of low in Elixir. And he could use a little boost. My Dark Goblin gets transformed into a pig. Now I'm just going to tank this Mother Witch because the Mother Witch really doesn't do much damage. You can just sort of leave her alone. She's almost like the Miner. I decided to crash his little party. But he has the Inferno Dragon. Which is not that good in this challenge because when everybody has the 3 wizards, one of them is an Electro Wizard. And that's going to fully counter any kind of Inferno Dragon. So whenever I was concocting my decks, I was taking into consideration the fact that everybody's going to have the 3 wizards. And he's got the evolved Inferno Dragon, which is kind of useless. Gotta love that last second block with the Inferno Tower there. It's like, damn it, you're not going to get any damage, buddy. Which, in all actuality, the Inferno Tower is a pretty good and fair trade with the Ram Rider, because she's 5 Elixir too. And he gave me the well played, and I'm shocked that he actually said something nice to me. Okay, let's check this one out. Yeah, I decided to compensate for the fact that it's a very heavy deck with those wizards in it. So I decided to go with something a little bit faster. So I'm sporting the Monk. Now this is kind of fun and new to me because I don't have the Monk unlocked on any of my accounts. So I've never played with the Monk before, except for very rarely in these sort of events. And I decided to use the Bowler in this deck because I love the Bowler. He's got the Goblin Demolisher, which is a pretty cool card, I gotta say. I really like the Goblin Demolisher. The Monk. He's quite a character, isn't he? Walking along with his hand up like that. Yeah, I think I logged the wrong side there. I'm still getting used to all these evolution cards. Yeah, I'm going to start playing with that little Berserker more. That's a pretty good card for 2 Elixir. Okay, we're going to bring the wizards down on these pigs. It's a pretty good counter. it's a little lopsided, and he makes me pay with a fireball like that. But I got a little push going on this side over here. Man, he's got an awful lot of princesses going on here. I have to erase some of them because they're annoying. It's pretty bad when you have to counter a goblin barrel like that. But then, while he's all distracted over there, I go and sneak a P.E.K.K.A in on this side, a mini P.E.K.K.A. Pretty dirty. I hate it when people do that to me. The magical trio. And this guy is called Sparky Guy of Guy. Not quite sure if it's probably some kind of inside joke. And on this one I decided to use the Goblin Hut. Because in my regular deck, I use the Goblin Hut on this one. I decided since he had so much elixir invested in the other lane, I would just head down this lane with the Mega Knight and see how much damage I could get done. And I would try to keep the damage on my tower to a minimum. And he's got the Evolved Executioner. It's a pretty good card. And he's going to get stomped on by the Evolved Mega Knight. And of course he's got the Inferno Dragon ready to go. Because that's only the wise thing to do, right? With all the Mega Knights, you gotta either pack an Inferno Tower, or you gotta pack an Inferno Dragon. I gotta tell you, I love that Royal delivery. I was, back in the old times, back when I was playing the game, before I quit, that Royal delivery card was a pretty recent addition. And I knew he was going to drop his Inferno Dragon to counter my Mega Knight, so I figured why not go ahead and bring along an Evolved Musketeer. Of course, back in the day, the Musketeer was pretty much a standard card that you had to have. You know, you had to have it upgraded. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for now. I hope you guys are having a good day. This is Crunchy Frog signing out.